Hello guys, hello. This is me and yes, and I've come back from Paris. I was in Paris when was it? It was like a few days ago. And yes, okay, and I got a Paris t-shirt. That's proof that I went to Paris. Can you see it? You see it's Paris. It's proof that I did. I wasn't lying. And I went Holland as well, so you saw that Amsterdam video. I wasn't lying. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Buffy, because I watched Buffy before that day, and I watched it for like a month. Well, I finished it in the time. So, and I really did like it. And I'm going to talk about mbti types. Again, this is like a disclaimer, but like honestly, I am not, I may be wrong, honestly, this is just what I can think about my feeling. And I'm not even the best, like some parts of mbti. I do not get that much, but but I do get like like specifics some things, and also like if you don't like NTB, or you say it's stupid, but honestly, I think in my opinion, it's okay, but should not be used too seriously, and because you shouldn't judge people based on the type, because I think sometimes it can go wrong if you just judge people and say like you don't like that type because what is it? You can't not like a type. You can not like a person, but not like a type because you haven't met everybody of the type. And people, like people sometimes blame the person rather than blame the type rather than the person. And most things are about the person rather than the type or other external, just other things really. And also like when I sometimes do this, like I used to do this when I was going too into it, I would say, well, that type won't like me because I was scared they wouldn't, because it would say this type is not that compatible. But it's like, well, I shouldn't really like, in a sense, yeah, but like in real life, I can't use that too much because like I can't just not hang around with people because I'm like that's that type. Like I don't know. Like you don't know until you try with everyone. You know what I mean? Anyway, so here we go. Let's start off with it. Okay. Buffy. Buffy, what type do I think? I think she's an ISFP because I think she seems like more empathetic. I think ISFPs are more empathets, but like she tends to like she can spend time alone, but she can also spend quite a bit of time with people, and I think she can sort of do both a lot of the time. I just think she's just more introverted, but again because a lot of times she can go off and do like a slays a lot by herself, and she just seems more introverted, but she can be a bit extroverted, so And I think she's an S because I think she just thinks things like suddenly, and she just thinks. I don't think she's okay at looking for I don't think she's the best at looking for the lines. Like she just takes things like in a sensory sort of thing, like what's happening now. She does things in a moment. I would not say she's into it because intuitive because at times she can miss things out, like that she doesn't mean to. Like I think when Willow had that magic thing and she went all like going through it, and there was a time where she didn't notice it, and I think that was because she doesn't, I guess she had her own stuff to deal with, but she couldn't really, she was only taking like what she's seen and she wasn't really looking in the lines of it, but she didn't mean that. And she has a lot to do with anyway. And I think she's an F because I think she just takes things more from the feeler thing. She feels I think she feels more than she lets on as well. I think she keeps quite a lot of it hidden, but I think she's a feeler. I think because I think thinks a lot of things. She can think a lot of things with emotions at times, but I think she can. I don't think she's the biggest feeler on the show, and she doesn't always think things through emotions. She can be logical in my opinion, and she can but she just feel through. I think she puts probably most things from her emotions. But and she's a P because I don't think she's that organised. Like I don't think she's really unorganised, but she just seems like she just doesn't seem that organised in the sense like when she was at school she couldn't like do both of them at the same time because she could, but like she did struggle, and she did struggle with stuff like that because I think she find it hard to be like do both and be organised like that. In my opinion. Okay, next. Willow. I might just go for like depending on how long this video is, I'll probably just go for the 3. For maybe, because honestly it was taking too long. But if you really do want, I could do a part 2 because, yeah. I call this the main characters, like, fully main characters, then there's like the secondary main characters. You know what I mean, but I'm talking about the mains that I've been through every season. They're always there. Willow, I think, is at INFP. I think this one, people tend to say she's at INTP or INFP. But I think she is at INFP because I think, again, she thinks through more. I think she thinks she got more FI. And I think she thinks through more with her feelings than anything. You know what I mean? Cause she just seemed like a quite sensitive person. Not like overly sensitive, like average sensitive, but still quite sensitive, you know. And I think she's an introvert because she can spend quite a bit of time alone. And she doesn't, so you can spend time like with just one person, or she tends to prefer small groups as well, what I've seen. And just, yeah, she can just, I think she's going to spend time, you know, doing both, socialise and be alone. Intuitive, because I think, not that, I think she can just read. Like, I think it's just that, I put that down to, like, how she can, like, books and stuff, because she, like, not saying that, like, Essie, like, can't be into books, but, like, I just think she just strikes me as an in that sense, because I think she just said that she thinks, she looks like she's, like, thinks a lot, you know. Not that other types, Essies don't do that. But, you know, just seems more intuitive in my opinion, because I think she's, like, I think she can see more the big picture, and she doesn't live in the moment, like, as much as Buffy. I think she lives more in the moment. Buffy does. Then, like, Willow. And the F, because of this thing, she thinks more on her heart, and I think you can tell that she acts more on her heart when she does things. In my opinion, the fact that she went on into, like, magic, I think that was because she probably got, like FI, and I think that she just had a lot of feelings. Not that you can't get like that, but you know what I mean. And I pay because she can be organised, but I don't think she's super organised, and she seems like quite easygoing and go with the flow, and she doesn't seem like, just doesn't seem to want P than J. Like, there are some Janers, but I think she's just more P, in my opinion. And we have Alexander. And again, it's hard because I think he's a filler again. ENFP. It could be an ENTP or an ENFP, but I feel like he's more like, I feel like he uses more emotions to do things. I think he seems to really like being around people, and I feel like he seems to most like, he wants to be around people more than most. And he's just, yeah, just seems more like more quite talkative as well. He can talk for ages, I think. I just think he just, you know, funny sort of guys out. And I think he's and just because I think he's good at reading through the lines, and I don't know, I just doesn't seem like an S. I just think it's like more N, because I think he can read like the lines, and he can like sort of like just, and like, I don't know, but like for example, it just can sometimes tell when things like upset, or I could tell when other people, I don't know, it just gotta, no, I don't know, it's as hard, because other S's can do that as well, they can tell like other people's feelings, but I just think that he just seems more N, because I think he's more intuitive, and I don't think he lives in the moment as much. I think he's just, and F, because again I just think he goes more things by his emotions, and think like he just uses more of his emotions than his thinking side when he does decisions. And a P, I think because he doesn't seem organised at all, and it just seems like really going flow. So yes. And lastly, Giles, because you know, and I think he's at INTJ. I think he's the only on this list is mbti, but I think he's introvert because obviously he spends a lot of time alone. I think he's intuitive because I think he tends to not. It just doesn't seem very sensitive. He tends to not live in the moment, and he tends to like probably just be very thinking guy, and just tends to like not like think things for the future and stuff, and see the like. I like to look at the meaning of something than the details, you know. And I take because I think he's very logical, and can most time he loses his head and thinks, is this logical? You see that a lot of time he uses his, like, the logical brain, like you could see this basically compared him and Willow when they had that thing with the basically when Willow brought back Buffy to life. I think that a lot of the time he was very logical about that, and that's a very T thing, that was very logical to say no, you shouldn't do that. But I think because she was quite, instead of feeling sad to her, she was willing to do that because she wanted to get Willow back, and she didn't. I feel like her feelings were sort of like she wanted it. She didn't know if she was in a hell dimension, so she was like willing to do anything really. And even if there could be, the cons might be worse than the pros, but just to get her back, I'm very more feeling sad. While like Gal's just like, no, that would not be the best idea. And I think to Jake, he just seems organised on that. He would do. It just seems, any kind of person, like, he just seems organised really. And anyway, I mean, I know that I might be wrong, and I have done another one. So if you want me to do another one with part 2, maybe. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I do love Buffy. I am honestly like, I'll show you this. This is Oz. I've got Oz up here. Oz, he's like got his guitar, and this, yes, and I'm gonna get Willow, so they can be together. And yes. I bet you're thinking, Oz and Willow my favourite couple? No. They may be my second. So, but I do like them, so, Anyway, and I got this thing, it's like a candy thing. My favourite couple is like Willow and Tara, but I think my second is them two. But I got like a candy thing from, it's like a pop, like these. It's like bigger, I think it's a different one, so it looks quite cool. And I've had today, and it's coming from August though. And it's July, and when I get it, I will literally show you it, and maybe I should do a unboxing when it comes, maybe not unboxing, because I'm incredibly bad at them, because I'm just like, I'm going to open it, and I don't care, I'm not filming it, I'm opening it. That's me majority of the time, because I can't wait, and I just do it, I don't really think I'm thinking, oh, I'll be okay, but, okay, it probably just when it's, like, hair, Anyway, thank you for watching, have a nice day, peace.